Wednesday the 27th of June, about 2 months from the first show. The straw's down, as you can see. I have 2 bales spare, so I'll top up some calves or something like that later in the season. And I'm just starting to stop some of the plants. As you can see, the valentine there have been stopped and just starting to break away. And through this week now I'll start doing the second stops and first stops, or only stops, on others. Here's the Challenger. As you can see, there's some good breaks on some of those, ready for a second stop, or on this case it'll be more of a chop. And the candy there growing on a single with the Lottie behind. Just starting now to put all the canes in. It's got just over halfway through, so each plant's got 3 canes to the plant. Feeding wise, I've got through 30 kilos of lawn food. So that's 30 drums of 250 litres. As you can see on my tally chart there. So this week really is quite easy, just taking the tops out of the plant, stopping them. These are the diamonds. And I should do probably 2/3 of them this week and just leave a third for another week, just to give me a little bit of a follow on. But I'm planning on showing generally quite early in the season, not overly worried about harrogate. So there's not a lot going on now. Just getting the jobs done and ready for probably a couple of weeks' time when it all really starts kicking in. It's Thursday the 28th of June, and we're just going to look at stopping. I'm going to start going through now, doing this. This is a plant of Hillcrest candy. It's a nice strong plant on a single, so it's been left alone. It hasn't been had the top removed. Last year I double stopped most of these. This year I'm trying to hold them on a single. Now it couldn't be easier on a first stop, in the sense that we're looking for about 8 flowers on this plant. So if we go down here, we can see there's breaks below 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs of leaves. That's going to give us 8 shoots, and there is probably a bit more below that even. So just to play it safe, we're just going to take it out there. So single stop, remove the growing tip, leaving that. That should give us at least 2, 4, 6, 8. It's about the potential of 10 or 12 shoots there. You could always take it down one further, but at least it gives us an option. If these top 2 start budding early, we can take them out. If you get some good strong growth from the below down, we can take those out. If the shoots from below don't want to shoot or develop, then we've got these top 2 to count into the mix. So simple as that on a single stop. It's just taking the top out to hopefully leave in excess of the number of shoots you're going to flower. Now the double stop, again on something like this. This is Dave's Choice miniature ball. It's very simple. We've already moved the growing tip once, which is down there, and then because we only really want about 8 to 10 shoots on here, for me probably 10, most people grow at about 8. I've took it down quite low, so I've only got 4 shoots. So quite simply on this one, we're just going to be removing the tips from those 4 shoots. So those 2 on the smaller ones. Now these stronger shoots, which will probably just about do the same. If I go there, that leaves 2 pairs on that shoot. And there, does the same. So we should get at least 4, 8, 12, about 14 coming from that plant. And again, I shall go through these fairly soon after they start shooting out, and just restrict them down to probably a couple more than what I want to grow, and then go through again about the same time as I do the first tie, and take those down to the flowering numbers. This is a plant of Winholm Diane. Now again, we're looking to flower about 7 on this plant. We've got some shoots starting to develop low down. I'll leave those. I mean, Diane will take a knockback if the buds come a little bit early. Again, we do this on a single, but we can be a little bit tougher because we've got enough shoots to do so. So that should leave 2, 4, 6, at least 8 to 10 there. Should get 10 shoots off of there. And so we have got these ones around the sides here that are developing already. It's probably a bud starting to think about coming in this top, and that's starting to push the sides out. So that's it for that one. Let come, and like I say, if the buds come too early, we can knock them back, or we can deselect those shoots when we're taking these plants down to numbers. Right, here's the other scenario. This is Canora Challenger, large semicactus. Now this is the one that we planted some big plants of, knowing that we was going to be double chopping it, double stop. You can see the development of these shoots has been good. There's some nice strong shoots in there, if you can see them. And it's time to do this. Now with a plant like this, we're actually only going to grow 4 flowers to the plant, and we've got at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8 shoots. So the first job is to remove some of the excess shoots. So we're only stopping the sort of 4 strong shoots of this plant. So we'll do that first. So that's that done. We've removed those 4 or 5 shoots out of the plant, and that leaves us 4 shoots there. Now these back 2, that one and that one, seem to be coming from below the ground, which is always handy. But again, we don't want too much regrowth on these, so I'm going to take these down with the knife quite firmly and take that out. That's just going to leave just about 2 pairs of leaves. We'll do the same there. It pretty much just leaves a single pair of leaves on there. Now these back ones down there, I'm tempted to go a little bit higher, purely because if I think that the shoots from these 2 come away strong enough, then I'm more likely to just remove that whole of that plant and just work on these underground shoots or side shoots from the below level. And the same there. We'll take that out. So that's that done. Looks a little bit butchered. It could be harder. You could take that pair out, but I've started to err on the side of caution a little bit. They're talking about some hot weather coming these next few days. I think if you butcher these plants too hard back and then we get some real hot weather or real cold weather, they can sometimes take a bit of a check. So it's better just to be a little bit cautious. We can always remove some of the shoots early once they start to develop, but that's what's needed for me to time Challenger, and I shall work through this block of 40 plants. I'll probably do about 20 of them now, and then give some smaller plants perhaps another week to grow, and then do those next week, so I get a little spread on there. I've got no intention of doing any knocking about on these shoots, so any buds that develop from these I'm going to want to flower without taking them back. So that's it for this week really. I shall probably give them a feed. I'll start feeding tomorrow. It takes a couple of days of mornings, and end of this week, early part of next week, give them a spray against aphids and earwigs and whatnot. They've had one so far this year, and they'll be just about due another. I tend to do it just after I've stopped them, so I'm sort of protecting those new shoots and the flowering shoots. I hope that helps with stopping.